I need to see if this is working again this time. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, well that solves that problem. Alright, let's get back into this then. Need to find out if the game audio is going to be coming through here, so let's do some technical tests. Alright, seems like everything's good on that end. Well, I just tried to get this going once before. Seems as though things have messed up. We're going to have to start that again from the top. So, any mistakes I've made in my speech should be corrected this time through, but only the future can tell. Let's watch me mess up again. First is I should get back to the beginning of this though, because I went off on a small 12-minute adventure. Can you hush over there, you? Alright. Are you done boofing at nobody? Alright then. Alright, so for anyone who is tuning in now, as the old video is going to be, that's going to be a definite mistake. I did not have any of my audio going, so all you saw was me walking around and staring at myself every couple of minutes. Now, from the top, this video is going to be some background information for the CC live streams, as Roland's character is my own and my schedule does not always align with that of the main live stream. So I am doing some background footage, as Crafty Sheep, our lovely godman who loves to know everything that's going on in her world, would like to know the little bits of what I do. So for that sakes, we are streaming this video now. And we're going to be showing her what Roland here does. Now, as for where we are in the storyline, Roland had just kind of gotten into town, gotten in, and gotten to an actual like hotel-y type space. I had wanted to do a whole lot more book writing and storytelling, putting things together, but the stream I was on at the time had reached about 4 hours. I figured at that stage it was better to kind of wrap up and then do everything else in an additional video. It's just what we're going to be doing here now. And I wanted to double back through and kind of just go through all the different locations that Roland would want to like take note of as he was going through. So without ado, coming up on through, I'm going to be kind of pointing out things that I remember from the area, maybe projects that had been worked on, or story things that I was either part of, because there's a lot of stuff in here that's new to me, as it'd be new to anybody who's tuning in on my end for the first time. Like this structure here, this belonged to a story NPC that I had created for Crafty Sheep, as In addition to her moderator and godman duties, she also does do some survival playthroughs and has her own time enjoying the server. So without the ability to do quests, she didn't have a whole lot to do in order to get resources and materials, so I created Sir Dirtington, which was an NPC for a quest line in which she would go and do some basic challenges that were on an easier level for her to make sure she'd be able to get things like diamonds and emeralds and whatnot. A lot of the quests were simple, like she had to go retrieve a dirt from a parkour tunnel, which I believe is actually out back of the structure, but we're not going to go adventure that one today. Now, in addition to that, this building up here belongs to the Farmers Guild, an interesting group that will sell materials and resources that aren't always available everywhere else. They do sell a lot of the custom items that Sheep has set up for us, like fishing nets, one of my favorites. They are useful because you can plant them out in the water in different areas and get different resources from that region. So say you put it in near a coral reef, you might get a whole bunch of coral blocks that'll collect. The system around that had it so it would collect like once every hour and you get like a bunch of stuff. I'm sure that the command blocking and everything else is a little bit different nowadays, so I'd have to find out. But as all of the NPCs here are not currently here, there was a big accident a little ways back where everything kind of just despawned. Crafty Sheep has not gotten back through to replace all of the NPCs, so with that part being active, we're going to take a book that I have here where I basically go through Nobody's Home, but I'd like to take a look, so here's to hoping. And in case that does come up again, let's go ahead and make some extra chests. Now, there are many places that I do want to get to because there's a lot of books that need to be written. I will get to separate areas, but we're going to try to stay along the main path for right now. We will be branching out into a lot of different areas, and we'll cover them as time goes on. Now, as for some smaller areas or projects that are being worked on, such as that structure over there, it is a factory belonging to an NPC that I wouldn't have had any interaction with, and because it's not done, I figure Roland would not go and interact with it, so we will avoid things like that one. This here on the left is a big barn, and therefore it doesn't really have any NPCs that we would go and talk to. I don't think there's any sort of animal caretaker inside that I need to interact with either, so. Now, things like that thing there, big ass structure. That was a old mob farm that we had because we've been playing this version since back on the Xbox One edition. So in times like that, we would go all the way up top. You'd be able to farm mobs real easy, but now that things have changed, we're definitely going to have to rearrange. In terms of it, I don't know what the building's going to become. I imagine it might become some sort of skyscraper, but only time will tell. This area here, I'm not 100% sure what this one was. I believe it was part of a kitchen setup, which, if you can see, there's still a bunch of Easter eggs from our Easter event, which I didn't know these ones were out here. I had been looking on like the far outskirts, like in all the corners, but never came into town. So that's on me for not finding as many. You got things like our old traditional farms for like trees, and those I believe are blueberry vines over there. Something like that, yeah, blueberries. Over here is the cake pit. We go down to the bedrock level, and that is a lot further down nowadays. So we don't want to jump down there right now. But every so often good stuff does end up down there. Got cactus farm and things like that. Now here is the portal communication. This is useful for talking to one of the gods, if there are any gods that are available to speak to, as well as NPCs who may not be available in this area or might be indisposed at the moment. So as I wouldn't have anybody like that, I won't be using anything like this for a while, I don't think. Though I do talk to the Iron God, I have much more direct ways to do so. Now, there are a few storyline characters I need to speak to in this area. This was known as Puppy's Domain or Dagger's Domain, as my last character that I played through as lived out here and built up a whole bunch of Viking-y styles, and just overall had a lot of like dumb stuff out here. So a lot of the big farms are in this general area. The actual tavern and inn that I stay in is this building here. But overall, aside from coming and going back to this place, I won't be doing a whole lot of time in here aside from the quests that I have over that way. But we will get to that afterwards, as I'd like to interact with as many NPCs outside of this area first as I can. Come up along. If you watch any of the other streams that will more than likely be attached here soon to the channel, you'll have seen this structure. This is our keystone. The keystones are useful for teleporting to any one of the major known towns. It has a whole command system. You press this, it sends you to another area somewhere, and in that area you can kind of go to each individual keystone. So it's a super useful teleporting system. It's a lot more useful for me as I walk around. I don't have any of these fairy rings or elytras yet, which I probably don't intend to, so a lot more time to see the world around us. Speaking of around us, we have structures like this one here. This used to be a big farm that was designed and built by one of the other players known as Perpetual Panda. Currently he is the deputy mayor of Ashtown, so he no longer stays out here. The building itself, I believe, has now become control of his magical scarecrow Verl. I don't need to talk to him. I don't think I'll talk to any of the magical scarecrows unless at some point I get my own. A little bit doubtful of such, but on the off chance. Over here is the bunker. It is one of the main homes for a lot of the players. I believe there are some NPCs down there, but I'm not going to be tackling that one until a little bit later on. Over here we have the entrance to the burrow. This belongs to the bunny, or Dorian RPG. You can find him on Twitch at Dorian's RPG. He's kind of the hero of the server and therefore holds most of the power. And as our local god tier D&D player, he knows how to do just about anything. Now, if we come along over this way though, we have Cheeseland. This is run by a player known as Optic Cheese. He is Dork Side of the Farce on Twitch. You guys can go check him out as well. Most of his gameplay is other stuff. He's not much of a builder, so out here's a little bit barren. You know, not everybody can be an amazing builder. Like, some people, I don't know who. But, anyways, so that's his area. I don't think there's much for NPCs that way, but the admin sheep's building over there that's full of mystery and wonder, grandeur, and random buttons that send you to places with chickens. Maybe there's some food, who knows. Coming along down this way is one of the back entrances to the bunny's burrow, as well as the entrance up to, I believe this is Sheep's Garden, yep. So while she does her god-minning and overall running of the game, she does have time where she'll be in survival, like I said earlier, and so her farm is up here. She likes to be able to support everybody else who plays with everything from resources to funding. I think most of the stuff going this way though, all is a part of that. Over there is the lava golem Mandar. I do want to talk to him, but I want to tackle these shops in here first and make sure that there's nothing else around I need to take care of. So let's get back to the main road. As you can see, going by, the puppy's domain is a very large space and expands almost forever. So that's going to be a constant. Now, this shop up here, I do forget a tad about this. I believe this one is run by Demetrius. I believe he is currently, yeah, he was a part of the despawning incident, so we're going to have to leave another book saying that we wanted to do some shopping here, but because he wasn't here, we'll have to find another way to meet with him. So let's get that taken care of real quick. I believe that about wrap that one up. So let's go ahead and leave a different box outside here, as leaving in the talk box might not be the best idea, because that gets a little bit easier noticed. Now, let's move along here. Also want to check out the Joanna's? That's about right. It's her supply shop. Now, from what I remember, this one basically supplies everything and anything. We had done a quest previously on my last stream. We turned her radio beacons back on. So it looks like the quest there was taken care of. However, going through and doing this, I never actually got to talk to her, so I figured it's something we can do. And she's actually here, so talking may be actually a lot easier now. Just gotta figure out where her talk box is. What's that one back out here? Not seeing it there. Let's see, anything out this way? No. No, we don't need that. Information, probably not. Well, I don't know where her talk box is offhandedly. I'm probably gonna find it about 5 minutes after I put down a box trying to talk to her. We all know how that's gonna go. But that going forward. Let's see, is there anything actually in here that I might want to grab? I gotta remember and see if the currency system is still available. I believe she was reworking all that stuff here. What are you doing down there? Yeah, I believe Crafty Sheep was working on the currency system not long ago, so that might not be available anymore. But going forward, at diamond prices we should still be able to do. So let's see, is there anything good? Got elemental stuff. No. Let's see, iron doors. Elevator blocks. Definitely gonna want to get into some of that type of stuff. Probably not quite yet though. Automatic doors, be useful. All the different woods. Let's see what we got. It's not too bad. Move those prices are a little bit more set towards from when the stuff was still new and nobody was out getting it. Lumber. That will be useful. 8 diamonds for a stack. Actually, that's probably just a special one. How much is the regular stuff gonna be? Oh, we don't actually have the regular stuff. Surprising. Well, I guess that's because we do have a tree farm out the ways. I think it's that direction. Now, what else do we got here? Power cells. There's a lot of the inner working pieces for some of the more technical farms that Crafty Sheep has gone through and set up. So digital miners, harvesters, things of that nature. I don't have anything at the moment that I think I can capitalize all this stuff with, so I'm going to leave that bit alone. Coming through here, I definitely am going to be using some of this, as it is a diamond to iron or a diamond to gold transfer system. And that's going to net me a lot more resource than I need. Like, I'm going to need a lot of iron going forward. An XP tank, that's something I definitely want to get set up with farms going into later. What else we got? Solar conversion block. No idea what that one was. Vacuum hopper. I've got some ideas. XP drain. Well, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in here. Gonna definitely need to make some purchases coming up. I do want to advance my own quest line to a point where I can kind of build a little more freely. So let's hold off on a lot of our purchasing for now. But with that being said, I still do not see any specific box for talking, so I'm going to go ahead and get us ready to go here. Gonna need that, I need that, let's throw that here. That'll give us our book, as this is the book of books. Alright, throw that down there, and I'll be right back. believe that should just about cover that one. So, we can leave out of the shop for now. Definitely gonna need to go get some more wood as to make some more chests just in case, because I believe only so many people have top boxes. But, that being said, let's make sure that's always there. Let's see, does Mandar have a book box? Oh, he does. Alright. So let's go ahead and get that going. Now, as from Roland's perspective, he would have never seen creatures like this, as, in case anyone has not seen yet, Roland is a bit of a combination between a mercenary who lives amongst this world, who has a noble background, and my own personality, as the gimmick follows a storyline plot of Release That Witch. It's a very good story. I recommend you taking a look through with that one. Now, with that being said, I think both parties would agree that seeing a creature that can kind of summon everything from lava to fire to everything else would be super useful in like the whole world, because you asked him for a pool of lava to say burn some metals or help in defense. As long as you were taken care of and were good friends with him, I imagine that something like that would you couldn't really even go without it. So making friends with Mandar would be a high priority. So let me take care of that book now. And I believe that that should cover a book for Mandar. Now, all being said, as I do follow the Iron God, a being that be able to smelt iron and live in a molten iron pit would be, I'd say, something akin to like a holy creature. So interacting well with this character will be a priority going forward. That being said, let us leave that book here, as I believe I was informed that any banner that is white I must now take over. So, leaving that one there. Now, I don't remember if there's anything else that is going to be this direction. Let's take a quick look through. And it looks like it's mostly cleared out over that way. Yeah, no, so I don't think there's much else in that direction. As said before, the puppy's domain does expand very far into this area, as that area over there is known as Fenrirstead. It was a town that was started as there was a very large excess population of pigmen who were everything from slaves to wanderers to abandoned creatures. And Puppy had intended to find a way to shelter and home them. So Fenrirstead was born. But as Puppy has exited such campaign, being able to continue that project is not something I can do. But anyways, over here is going to be Rita's shop. This is going to be an area I need to tackle getting to. As for now though, I do need to go back over here, as I had put in a different book that I was suggested a few different places. Now, this is a book that is part of this week's episode, but I do need to make sure that I read this one as for context, excuse me. As he does refer me to a few locations. One of a kind, you should check. Demetrius Oddities and Ioannis Supplies. They have some real interesting things to buy. The mall was the one that was over there behind us. And yep, so that is where I get that. I will be rereading this book later when the live stream for CC begins, but for now, that is why we know about that shop. Now, let's get back out of here and see what else we can find within the town. I don't remember if there's a lot of stuff that direction, but I believe there's a bunch more this way. Let's go take a look. Coming up on here, I believe, if I remember correctly, this is part of the Villagers Village, which olden days it used to be back over there by the Bunny Burrow and the bunker. But as we got into a much more storyline driven scenario, we couldn't so much keep villagers in a tiny little encampment. They are now of their own little town and city, which I don't know the entrance to. Here's one of them. But additionally over here we have, this is kind of the towers area. This was designed a very long time ago when the world had first started up. Would allow for everyone to kind of have a achievements area. So many different things have been in this area. But over here is their casting couch where most of the players will be starting their stream. I don't believe I'll ever be a part of this casting couch, but only time can tell, as I'm sure I will be forced to rejoin the party, because in one rule or another, never split the party. Now, coming up here, we do actually have the area for the quests and or other things. I believe you can kind of check some achievements out here too. Each level does represent who it belongs to, so this one would be for Optic Cheese, marked by purple. This one for Bunny, marked by the orange. This one has now become mine as Roland. This used to be Puppy. I don't believe there's anything out just yet, because I've only done so many quests. Oh, it appears that the gods are here. I had not seen the Godmen get online. This is very scary. But anyways. In addition to that, up here is Pandas. Yeah, he never does check this anyway. But we can, yeah, let's go take a look through here real quick. There's a very interesting command block teleport system here. Ah, yes, the sound effects are perfectly timed. Anyways, this will have a whole system where you can check everything from your quest points there. Lets you buy things and get some other stuff. So this can change like your theme or different items that are displayed within the area. Oh, hold on. Apologies about that. I'll have to go take that real quick. I will be right back. Alright, and returning back. I do apologize here. I have turned on a fan. It is very warm in this room. I'm going to do some checks here real quick, see how bad that coming across. Doesn't seem to be too awful. Alright. I'm sure we can edit that down a bit in post, but as for right now, it is very warm here. So, let's get back into the server. Now, as I had said previously, this area here is my kind of like my quests, achievements, whole big area here. So, can go through here and we can buy some things. Over here will tell me what kind of stuff I've got. The pal can send me back, probably take care of a few extra things. And over here is copies of my quest book. So, adventuring through here on like the point shop, whatnot, we could buy different themes. There's a couple of really interesting ones, basic color schemes, or some more advanced things, like a dungeon. I was actually really interested in this one's. I think this color scheme is actually really nice together, because you can also get a mob spawner back there. So, I think it's one of the better ones. Now, in addition to that, you've got like a nether type one, or you've got the end. I don't know, I'm not such a big fan of this one, even though it's got like the whole free chorus thing over there. That's not for me. But, I got like libraries and some other stuff like that. But I'll probably end up going for the dungeon one whenever I get my chance to buy one of these, because I think they're actually a bit too expensive for my ballot. Does it say price tag? Yeah, so I need 40 quest points for one like this. I've only got like 26. It's not going to cut it. But, in addition to that, buy a bunch of different things. Some of this stuff here, we got like water breathing or jump boost. These are not just like potions. What these, if I remember correctly, is a boost you just kind of get indefinitely. So, always being able to have regen or always have strength, stuff like that's going to be kind of useful, but yeah. So, don't have enough for anything like that quite yet. Maybe at some point. Yeah, but there is some other cool stuff here. Like you can get the quest room key, where it lets you kind of teleport to it wherever you are. So I just throw that down, say in the middle of nowhere, I get brought to this area. It's a good get out of jail free card. A couple of different generators. Yeah. Whole wood farm. Keep that in mind. But you know, going forward, I could probably design these things to be pretty cool. But that will definitely come at a much later stage. For now, let's get back to my own, because we can talk to our pal and get us right back to our platform. Alright. Well, with that, I don't believe there is anything too much in that direction that we need to cover. We can go to the library here, though. Yeet. Broke my legs. I'm proud of myself. Are you guys proud of me? I broke my legs. I think we should all be proud. Alright. So, the library. I don't believe there's any NPCs necessarily a part of this, so there's nobody to talk to. But I do believe I had asked about having some additional types of things in like the lore category so that I could independently learn about kind of like what's going on. So, let's see if anything like that picked up. Because I feel like the library is one of our more underused locations. We'd definitely like to see it being used a lot more. Oh, somebody was here. But who? Ah, okay. It was a soul crystal. Alright. Anybody talked to her so far? A little bits. Oh, and there's a private little book read area. That's exciting. Let's see. Here we go. This is the lore area. The gods. All we have is the torch god. Well, as I believe there was a suggestions thing outside. I feel it'd be easier to just go straight to a librarian in this case. Let's go ahead and get that. And I'm going to get right through this book. So that should about wrap that one up. As I believe there is some spacing issues, we're going to go ahead and try make an area for us. So that should cover that. I'm sure it's going to be come back and messed with because somebody's going to hate that, but that's not my problem. Alright, going forward. I believe over there is just Cheese's box. We don't really need to get into all that one. Going that way, I believe should lead, I believe it's the Mountain of the First and Ashtown that way, not 100%. Gotta make sure I get my bearings right, make sure I'm going the right way. So you get mixed up where you're going here. Yeah, okay, so Ashtown would be that way. But for now, I do want to tackle this building. Just gotta figure out where the front door is. Because I feel like all the paths kind of lead off into not the right way. Maybe something over this way. Oh, there's the stairs. Oh, you know what this is? This is the community center for Torch Meadows. I had a dirt. It's a good time. I'm gonna forget things like this often. Well, I guess while we're here, let's see if there was any available quests or anything else here. Doesn't appear to be anything going on. What have we got here? Oh, I'm not a resident. I can't go in there. Let's see here. Frank's house in Ashtown. Well, we can tackle that when we come back on the CC coming up here. Donations. Alright. Nobody necessarily need to be talked to here. Alrighty. Let's get back out there. See if we can find anybody else we can chat to. I don't know why I felt like Torch Meadows is a lot bigger than it is. Maybe I'm just missing something going the wrong way. But in regards to that, let's see what do we got here. That to the shore? Maybe that's just like the actual water. Oh, but check that. What's this one? Oh, these do still hurt. Alright. Wishing tree. Well, I don't have any flowers offhandedly, so I guess no wish making for me today. We'll definitely have to come back here with some flowers. Alright. Even if that does go somewhere, I believe that takes us out of town. We'll make sure that there's nothing over this hill first before we make that assumption, but yeah, no. Nothing else over this way. So let's double back again this direction, see if there's anything else that we can hit up. Otherwise, I think we're getting to the end of what I can do. So let's actually go make sure we get inside the village. Or not, yeah. I believe there's at least one NPC that I might need to discuss things with there. Clear this snow. Of course, everything's piling up. Oh, looks like they got their little shops here too. Alright. Not sure what this one's all is. Maybe a center? Oh, a torch god altar, that's what it is. You know, it's times like this that we have questions. We don't need answers, we just have questions. Moving on. See if any of these librarians have anything good to trade. For bookshelves, no. There's a mending book. Oh, that's something else. We're gonna try not to trade with you then, because we're trying to keep mending to a item that I don't have access to. Because let's just be honest, if I get mending, the whole world's going to end. Everything will belong to me. So I'm gonna have to keep constantly going back and repairing my tools, repairing my armor. At least the canonical ones, like the hotbar I have with me now. All of this stuff is just kind of like temporary crap that I was building with. but in the long scheme of things, any of my best tools will end up having to go through a fixing process. So, that being said, I don't think there's anything else. Hold on a moment. I have a dog destroying a toy under me. It's a great time. It's a great distraction, too. Alright, I don't believe there's anything else in here that I can do any conversating with. I don't believe there's any other houses here. Maybe something on the outside. Let's see what we got here. Bob. I believe, if I remember correctly, Bob was the leader of the village. He also met the end of the Great Despawning Accident. So yeah, we're just gonna move on from that. Let's go ahead and get us a book here. Maybe we'll talk to Bob a bit. As it stands, while there are villagers over in North Town, I think being able to have in contact with these villagers may be beneficial, because if storyline has gone the way I believe it has, these villagers would be wiser than the villagers of North Town. So having Bob make contact with them and potentially increasing both knowledge, power, and prowess, it should be of benefit. But thinking about it now, I probably don't have the authority to do that, me and my iron gear. So we'll tackle that bridge at a later date. For now, I'm not too sure what else we can do here. So we've covered most of everything outside of the domain. Probably go take care of the bunker here next then. I guess we can go make sure there's nothing out past Cheeseland. And then from there, I think that would be most of it. So let's go take a look. See a couple of different farms here. There's the AFK fish farm. Do any of those even work anymore? I'm gonna have to try something like that out. As you can see, a lot of different looking structures. There's a lot of different independent farms that just kind of run like hot tubs and things of that nature. Different effects from what I hear, but I don't know too much about them. Alright, let's see. Some living trees. I think once we get to the altars and the giant statues, we're back out again, so. Alright. Let's go ahead and get back over into the town then. Looks like I've hit up most of the major locations. Well, something else. Let's admire some artwork. I'm sure that one took a minute to make. Alright. I remember correctly, some of these plants are actually alive. I don't believe talking to them is something I can really do at this stage, as I don't know if the talking plants are really a part of anything anymore, but going forward. What else we got here? Nope. Alright, so let's head on down into the bunker. Definitely running out of food. I'm going to do some restocking at some stage here. I believe this one was open to anybody. Let's just take some more chicken. I don't think anybody will notice. Alright. So I believe that Cassie here is one NPC we can talk to. I believe there's a few others, so Penelope. What else we got? Legislation office. May end up having to check in there. This is a banking space. Some more currency exchange. I don't think there's anything else going down further along quite yet. But just to make sure, I guess we should come and look. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything here. Unless this is... yeah, it's a mine. Yeah, we don't need to go any further. Alright, well, with that being the case, let's double our way back out. As I don't know, as a non-member of the town, if I'd do much time in here, I think the bank is something that I might use as a currency exchange for the area. So while I come down here, I don't know how much time I end up spending here, at least canonically. So probably get some quick books done here. Stop by, nobody's home. So we could write a hello, new to the area type thing. Anybody home here? Another case of nobody home. Alright. Aside from just looking to see if anybody was actually here, we don't do much of barging in and looking for people. So, give me a moment. We're going to write up a book for both. Alright. I'm going to end up needing to make a bunch of copies of this book anyways, as I need to distribute that out to... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... about 5 or 6 people. So, as per, I believe there was a copying machine. I'm going to get in contact with my godman and find out what the rule set to that is. So, I'm going to take a quick moment of break, and you know what? Let's take on a time-honored tradition similar to that of the cheese here. And we're going to go ahead and stare at a torch. Let's just find a good torch to stare at. You're not good. You're not great. We need a torch. We're going to take that one. It's not being used. And with our block, we'll take our torch. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this lovely torch. So it seems as though I managed to track down the place where I can get this machine done. Our lovely modmin, godmin, crafty sheep informed me that it is in the legislation office. So let's go ahead and take a look through, see where that one is. Any requests, accounts reliable, plan purchase requests, none of this stuff. Copy machine, here we go. Let's see, that's our book. Gonna guesstimate, that's the machine, that's the machine. Let's try that one first. No. Alright. Alright, well if that's the case, we have our one here. Should be a copy, sweet. So we need, yeah, a couple more of those. I believe that that should cover it now. Let's make sure that that is the empty book. Yeah. We'll take that one and leave it over here. All of these are our written books. Yep. We can take the original one back out. Alright. That is a useful machine. We'll definitely have to make a return here. That being said, I am conflicted whether to do the talk to Cassie here or the talk to Cassie down here. As it is the home, I feel it is better to hit here, but as a place where she might be more often, maybe better to do the legislation's office. Either way, it's going to be a bit blocked up, so let's just go back to the house, because it's a little bit more personal as opposed to work related. So we will leave one in here for Penelope. We'll get one in here for Cassie. Don't believe anyone is in here. I believe this is where a NPC Chicken Joe used to be. I don't think he is currently in now. Yeah. So I guess we'll come back to that at some stage. To make sure we leave one for cheese. But, you know, let's find a way to make sure he reads that. I'm sure there'll be a kick out of that. Now, I do believe that both Dorian and Sheep have interacted with Roland previously. I do gotta make a double out to Northtown just to make sure. If not, though, we can leave one of these books in there for each of them. So, please do excuse me and the lovely silence that will be accompanying me as we run back all the way to Northtown. You know what? Let's actually feature that keystone. I talked about it. Let's get into it. Much better to use something like that than make that run anyway. Alright, so all we gotta do is press this button and take a couple seconds, and then poof, we'll float down into this room, and this will have all of the major locations that we can go to with it currently. Not all of these are gonna have the floating names. Some of them, like this one's here. I believe there was a NPCs under there, and there was a limit to how many you could have in an area. something of that nature. But either way, we got to go back out to Northtown. All right, that back here. Make the run back over to my own mailbox just to make sure I see who all has talked to me. I'm seeing shulker boxes. It's already concerning. That is a large pile of stuff. I don't know what any of this is concerning. Let's find out. Alright. First. Well, it's a toss-up. I guess we'll read it. This is a message directly from Dorian. I cannot do any good impersonations of him. He's got a very unique voice. We're not going to try to replicate. We're going to just read normally here. So let me be the first to welcome you, I guess. I'm Dorian. For some reason, people call me the local hero. I have no idea. I just help people. So David tells me he's a friend of yours, and David is good people. He's good people to me, so if he says you're okay, then you're okay in my book. Feel free to stop by Torch Meadows. That's where I live, and I'm, I guess, mayor there? I take care of all the town's problems and business. If you need help, you can ask me. I can, at most likely, help out. Sheepy is my wife, by the way, so if you run into her, please be nice. Other people I associate on a regular basis would be Optic Cheese. Don't ask. He lives in Torch Meadows, with me in the bunker. It's more or less the first structure that was built there, and it's been a staple ever since. Growing and evolving there are residents who live in there, and other services like a bank and a storage services. My other friend Panda is the deputy mayor of Ashtown. He's a good guy, but a little on the oblivious side when it comes to people. Regardless, he does a pretty good job. Also, feel free to use the transportation system I had installed. There are many locations to choose from, each with nice friendly people. Be aware that Prismashore is a town populated entirely by sentient fish. I know it sounds strange, but they are very nice people. Anyways, if you have questions or concerns, feel free to contact me either directly or by post. Now, this would explain why I do know of a few more things local to Torch Meadows, as well as things like the Keystones. All of such things were covered in here. But also inform you a bit about Panda being the deputy mayor, or locations, people like Cheese. So this does cover a lot of the background knowledge going into Torch Meadows. That being said, not sure what some of this other books like this one's is. It's for Torch Meadows. I know this is Ashtown. I feel like this book is not supposed to be here, but I guess it just is. I am not a resident of Ashtown. Now, why this is here, I'm not sure. Because it's a high-tech collection of stuff. Really begs the question where it came from. Nothing in for David, so it would be a good explanation. Is there anything in here that's a good clue? Indicator? No, nothing. We will have to go through this book. And that just deleted itself. Lovely. I love this game. Works every time. Ah, here we go. Alright. So we will be tackling, that is my What I've Done book. So we will get into that at the end of all this. I'm not sure what this one is. I want to assume that this isn't from me. Actually, Book and Quill. Let's see. You know what? Ah, things been answered. Alright. Let's see how best to read a Crafty Sheep book written in character of the sheepy character. Where's my water? You see, lovely viewer, this is the part where I get to make fun of my friend and how high energy she can be. As the sheepy character is extra high octane, I love you action. Now, as to start correctly. Hi, Roland! My name's Sheepy. I'm Dorian's wife. He told me you just moved with David. That's great news. I wanted to welcome you to the little cube of a seat. So I made you this welcome basket. I hope you like it. I'm a humble sheep and don't have much, but if you need anything, I'm always do my very best to help. Hope you enjoy your time here. Stay for as long as you come. Like to come. Welcome. I believe that correctly displays the energy that she would display. We're never going to do that again. That is just too high energy for me. That's going to be popping that entire recording space. It's going to be absolutely horrible. But you know what? If you're watching this, Crafty Sheep, you're welcome. Have fun with this one in post. Alrighty, so I guess this is just outright a gift basket. This is higher tier anything that I think I actually own. So that being said, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take that. We'll add that to our collection of stuff. I believe this is all stuff I should be covering before the stream anyways. The book from Dorian, I don't know if I covered in my last video. Was supposed to, as that was the off-cam between the last episode and this one coming. Sheep's box is also a part of that, so we'll be covering both of those now. A welcome basket, though. Where the hell am I going to put that? You know what, we're just going to take it with us. We'll add it to the mountain of shulkers I already have with me in the town of Torch Meadows. Don't think there's anything else here that I need to take care of. That was the two things I need to cover here, so let's get back over there. Though, however, we will be going under the notion that when both of those books were sent to us, we had seen them briefly and we had missed them. So the information would be given to us, but we would have been out. So I will make sure to edit 2 of these books very particularly for those individuals. Now, let's get us back over to the entrance to the burrow and we can get those books written out. After that, we can then go, actually, let me make sure I know who I'm talking to. I believe I was supposed to go through... I believe I was supposed to go talk to a few... I'm going to have to go back and talk to David again. It's lovely. I'm very good at forgetting where I'm going. I know he had wanted me to talk to Rita was one. I believe there was a second individual I needed to speak with. So let's get us back to the Keystone. And we will go back and talk to David again. As that would be the foundation for coming out on this quest. And I need to make sure I have that information, because otherwise I'm going to be a bit of an idiot. Let's see here. Get that. Alright. What is that? Real questions now. Alright. Got our keystone coming up right here. And once again, we'll go back through this, and we'll go back, and then come back, and then go through. It's a great time. I am very intelligent. I know exactly what I'm doing. Nobody questioned me. Ever. Now, if nothing else, this does give me a good opportunity to come back and get some additional food from my own area. Because wild chicken is nice, I think I want to swap up a little bit. Let's hop inside. Excuse me, David, we'll be right back for you. I forgot to close my door. Look at me. I'm amazing. I came back to close my door. That's exactly why we're here. For no other reason. I didn't mess anything up. It's to close my door. Alright. We're definitely going to have to get some more food. Yeah, no, this is not working out. Let's take some pie. You know what? No, I want beef. I need something new in my life. Last bit of chicken, that's gone. Now we got our beef. Life's gonna be good. Don't believe anything else extra in here. No. So, alright, let's go ahead and get through that. I believe this is the one we need. Make some friends. Ashtown magic folk, since Panda ran off. The girl has Penelope and Rita. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back and re-edit our Penelope book. And Rita. I think Beatrice is the only magic focusing on Glacier, but worst idea. So Torch Meadows, 2 magic folk. Alright. Ask about the junction. Rita, who is the local witch, and Penelope, I think she does interior decorating now. Own a flower shop. Long story, she lives in a bunker. Rita is out with the Nether Tech portals. Go introduce yourself. He hits you gently on the back. Go get him, Tiger. Alright. Well, with that going forward, we will go forward here and just talk to Rita, as I believe in this case Penelope being an interior decorator now, and well, yes, magic folk, I don't know if we can get the same conclusions. I just cleaned this shit, literally and figuratively. What you got for me, trader? Anything that we want? Ooh, Ponzo. Not like we get too much of that anywhere else. Alright. At some other point, I'll definitely go through a lot of the other ones, as things like Wendy's I will be going to frequently, as she has a trade system where you can kind of get a bunch of emeralds for like junk items. So I occasionally go on trash runs through Ashtown. Ashtown's that one. And there's a bunch of garbage cans, which I've been informed of recently are always updating to have more garbage in them. So I'm gonna have to go take the garbage out and get over to Wendy's to get me some money. But moving forward from there, we do go to Hong Kong. Tongue twister. I hate those. We got to go take care of the books we have left to do. So Rita will be last. Penelope's gonna be just regular conversations. We got to go set out a book for both Sheepy and for Dorian, and then it's Rita, and then this should be most of all of it. May go do some additional off-camera grinding of trash runs and to Wendy's. Take you along for one run of that, and then we'll be off to the races. Alright. let's get one book for each of them. Put the quest book away. There we go. If you see me rewriting this line a few times, I am trying to best fit the noble etiquettes of conversation. Now, as per the storyline, Dorian, as to this book is for, is one of the local lords, kind of runs everything, which that is the contextual information that my character holds. So I'm trying to make sure I title him as such. I'm just spacing out at the moment what the proper etiquettes were. So we're going to take a minute, look that up, make sure I'm getting this right, and then we're going to get right back to it. have something else pulled up elsewhere as to where I can best get that. So for the time being, we're just going to go with my lord. I'm sure it won't stick for very long. But ultimately, we'll get that one through. believe that's going to cover up all the bases here with shape. Now, there's definitely some buttering up that occurs here, as the character does not wish to draw the eye of Dorian quite yet. Hope to fly under the radar. Whether or not that'll actually work, only time will tell. But for the most part, we're just looking to get through here, take care of a few things, and then go back home. Not looking to do much in the way of grabbing attention and making friends. But that being said, we must now talk to Rita, who does appear to be in today. Does she have a talk box though? There it is. Alrighty, so once again, right back to silence. We're gonna go ahead and write up these books, and then we'll get on to the final section. Alright, and well, that took a little bit longer than anticipated. That should about cover what we need to do here. So, we can leave the book and a pie, and that should be all for that. Now, I believe that there's also some stuff we could do some buying of in here. I've been buying a lot of the haste potions, so there's like nothing left anymore. And comparatively, you can see that I've gone through a lot. But there's a lot of interesting effects here you can get. So definitely going to want to come back here and start stockpiling up once we have a little bit of extra spending money. But for now, in regards to stuff doing, we're going to check back in here at the inn. I want to make sure I clean up my inventory a bit to get things back to going. Alright, we need that one. Nobody's talked to us. Alright. These are my pockets. Definitely want to put those back in my pants. My coin purse. I need to put that in my pants. It's my backpack. Gonna put that on my back. Anything in here? Nope. That's the trash can run. Alright, get that with us. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright. That being said, let's make sure we organize correctly, because I will get super unorganized very fast. Alright, let's just see what these two books were. Alright, so that's going to be my book of things I've talked to, so that means we do not need this book here. We're going to dump it in this room because the entities will be deleted a little bit later on, so I don't need to worry about it. Alright, that being said, inventory is clean. We can go do a trash run, and we can update this book of everyone we've talked to. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get that written up real quick, and then we'll get on an adventure. You know what? I'm blanking out a little bit as to everybody that was. I could probably rewatch back through, but let's just go back to the beginning and rewalk that path, and I will remember everybody who it was. There is no way I could forget anything ever. Alright, so get back up here. We would have talked to Farmers Guild, so that would have been one. We don't interact with Dirtington because I write the other end of his conversations. Didn't talk to anybody here, nobody there. I would have continued on this way. We did not talk to Bob, so that didn't happen. Talked to Rita, yeah. Don't think we need to talk to anybody up in that tree, even though that he's an NPC, part of the Walk Bazaar. Can always come back to that later. Let's see, so we're gonna have to go through for Mandar, Demetrius, and Joanne's. Do you want to just make sure that that thing up on the hill is nothing else? I do believe I missed checking that one out. Just make sure there's nothing else. Oh, I know that could just be another NPC type thing. Or it could be a admin shack. Either way, just make sure. Alright, we're gonna go into the guise if this is just another shack up on the hill. Probably like the farmer house type thing. Sheepy loves doing that type of stuff. Alright, so we have Demetrius. Don't type things. It's Demetrius, we have Joanne's, and we got Mandar, so just gotta make sure I write his name correctly. Oh, that's right. You're proud of me, right? I broke my legs again. It's an accomplishment. Alright, so we do have Demetrius. Do not remember how that was spelled. You know, sheet. That's the spelling right there. Alright, we'll get that one down. Make sure we got that one down correctly. I guess it would be Joanna's. I thought it was one word. I don't know why. It was, yeah. Alright. So we got Mandar, we got Joanna, got Demetrius, got Farmers Guild. What else we gotta get? Oh, the library is definitely one I gotta make sure I write down. Because we want more people to go there, be more active in the library. That was not that way, I don't believe. It's over yonder. Let's just make sure of it though, because it could be a downfall if I go the wrong way. Okay, no, it was that way. So we can tackle that one next. Oop. Oh, that's just tied to me. Alright. Is the one downside to not having elytra or fairy rings or whatever have everybody else is that it's going to take forever to get anywhere. And short of seeing if speed potion 1000s are available, this is going to be the regular speed forever. The interesting one is my character is afraid of heights, so yeah, no, we're not going to be doing flying around. It's just not gonna happen. Canonically can't swim either, so yeah, no swimming adventures. I'm very much landlocked. It's gonna be a great time. Everybody's gonna have a character default somewhere. And I am too smart for my own good. So this is my trade-off. Alright, so we will have the library there. Let me just go make sure I have the right name on the librarian again. Alright, well, that will confirm it is Linda's. I do apologize. I have a puppy that is very needy for attention. She's trying to guilt trip me at the moment. I'm not giving her enough pets. You can't have all the pets in the world, Clove. It doesn't work this way. We can't spend 24 hours a day petting. Besides, even if I do try to pet you for longer than 5 to 10 minutes, you go ahead and bite me because you're rude. Very rude. Don't bite me. You poo. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure that we write down that we spoke to Linda. Make sure we specify that because she might not remember who Linda is. Only a small chance, but you know, could happen. Get a bit more food in belly, and we'll get out to the races. Alright. Ooh, I do believe I missed this boat. I believe there was a trader who was inside of this place, but I don't. Oh. We just talked about this. I can't go out there. Well, I don't see any way of getting over there now. Well, oh well. It's not important enough. If it is, I'm sure it'll come back to bite me later. I don't think I checked out this little polar bear habitat any, but I don't believe this is an NPC interactable area either, so shouldn't be too much of a worry. And there's that ground clutter clear, which will get rid of that one book. I'm sure there was another one before then. That's a cake down pit. In case I hadn't listed earlier, Cake Town used to go down to the bottom of the world, but that has gotten much lower now. And yeah, you don't want to fall in there. I've heard that there's great goodies at the bottom, but I can't fly because I don't do heights. I'm not too, canonically, I'm not too happy being on this bridge, so we're going to go ahead and get off of here. Totally falls into pit. That would have been a perfect way to end that segment. Alright. Well, going through, don't believe I talked to anybody else over that way. We hit up everywhere where we were supposed to. Talk to Rita, talk to Mandar, and the only ones that I need to note down are going to be Penelope and Cassie. So let's get that down. Actually, let's just get out there to make sure I spell these right. Don't remember offhandedly what the spelling was for Penelope. Okay. let's just add some flavor to that. And I believe that covers all of my book writing. For the sake of continuity, I'll definitely make sure I have a lectern available inside of my hotel room for the rest of the time, but for now I'm going to have to get this back to the one back over at my house. Now, for now, let's go ahead and do the quick run through of Ashtown trash cans, and then we're going to go ahead and get that over to Wendy so you can see the kind of processes that I do. And after that, we're going to wrap up, because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit there and watch as I grind through doing that kind of stuff for a little while to get myself money to pay for anything. Alright. Now, canonically, Roland has not come to this location, at least in terms of storyline. I have come here a few times to pick up a few things, so whenever we do our canonically coming to this location, at that stage I will be actually exploring and explaining what things are. But for now, let's find us the trash cans. So, as I understood, it was a lot of these types of items were going to be the trash cans, so anything that was a shulker box. Kind of wanted touchy. But for now. She actually went through and coded a garbage. Now that is something else. Alright, for the sake of inventory management, let's just get this going here. We'll throw the garbage in there, the stew. We don't really need paper. You know, maybe oil would be something to hold on to for later. Poison arrows, horse armor we'll get out of. Budding amethyst, maybe. Regeneration, we don't need that one. Ender pearls will definitely be useful, and clay at some stage. We're definitely going to want to put some stuff in our pockets. So let's put the clay, definitely the netherite scrap. One of those, put these in there and that. Definitely want to hold on to those as well. The rest we're throwing out. Alright. Now with that done, put the pockets back, trash can back. Alright. A lot of the same. Ooh, pizza. Who the hell would throw away so much pizza? Like, what? I want all that. Give me all that. I want food. One's man's trash is another man's pizza. How can you say no? Don't need no horse armor though, or stew. Don't need that. Those, I don't need those. I don't have any use for lightning rods at this stage. And fire resistance, I don't think I'll be swimming in lava anytime soon. Because, can't swim. Love those character details. You think they won't be too harmful in the beginning, and then suddenly you can't go anywhere. It's not a great time. Alright, and throw the rest in my pockets. Definitely want me more parchment. Not sure what it'll be good for, but I'm sure I'll use it. So I was told it was only the ones that are shulker chests, so let's make sure we find them all. That's one. Here's the third. Who the hell is throwing away elytra? I have many questions. This could destabilize the economy. Speed 2, though, I will take that. You know, if any of this kind of stuff was to fall into the wrong or right hands, somebody could be a millionaire. I wonder who could do that. It's not like there's some god who watches me who would know for a fact that I as a person could totally make a killing on the market. But you know, that's just neither here nor there. I'm not foreshadowing or leading to anything by the use of trash running. Not at all. I promise. I would never lie. Alright, so let's go ahead and get sorted again. Definitely going to hold on to some of that. Hold on to some of this. Get me more pizza, more parchment. I don't know, I feel like the elytra is garbage to me. Do want that splash potion though. Hopefully, going forward, when I do start doing shops, I can't sell to NPCs. Because if I could, we gonna be out here selling tons of elytras and stuff to adventurers guilds. Wait, we had cherries? Ooh, glowberries. I didn't even know that was a thing in the game. Look at me. I am very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. Does not help that as a individual I do not like playing Minecraft past 1.12, so a lot of this new stuff is way over my head. 1.12 was simple, things worked, and they worked the way they were supposed to. So going to this new stuff, not my favorite thing to do, but you know, we gotta do what we don't like to do every so often. Especially because partaking in this campaign, it is mandatory. But anyway, as for now, let's figure out where the rest of these trash cans are. Because that was 4. I believe I was told that there were 6 made. Okay, you know what? I was told these updated every hour. Let me just make sure. Okay, it looks like they updated as we were going through, so this is a totally refundable thing. Once per hour, these do update. I won't loot those again during this run, but I do want to find the last remaining ones. Seriously though, who's throwing away wither roses? Those things are expensive everywhere. Now, that being said, I want to imagine that some of the dumpsters, because I know that there's one over in Northtown, so checking that one out might be a big spot. I don't remember where there was another big dumpster, but you know, let's go for a little adventure. Maybe we'll find it. Could be something behind the community center, maybe. Actually, no, if I remember correctly, there was nothing out here in the new zone for trash cans, so let's get back over here. Go where we're actually going to find something. Alright, if I was a dumpster, where would I be? Cannot say. We still have banners left out from the event. Ah man, I thought I cleaned all those up. Oh well. That was a shop I haven't been here before. We're not touching it. Oh wow, that okay, well I guess banners be sticking through glass. That's off-putting. Oh, yeah, no, it does it on this side too. Oh god, we must leave. Alright. Looks like this is the questing area for the Frank's quest. Alright, we will definitely come back here in the live streamed episode, but for now, we do want to see if we can't find that last dumpster. You know what? We're going to take the quick run out to North Town. I will be grabbing my word. Yeah, I know how those work. I know all the words. My lectern while we were out there. So it'll double up. Now, should be a shortcut coming across this way, because I don't think using the keystone just to go 100 blocks or so is going to be worthwhile. Oh, cannot swim. Get us out of the water. Now, for anybody who wants to question that, I cannot swim, but I can jump up the blocks, so it's going to be, in that regard, I'm kind of climbing my way back out of the water. Because if I couldn't swim at all, I would just drown every time I touch water that's deeper than a block. And as to avoid frequent death, we're just going to kind of write that one off. Anyway, let's just go through here and see if this trash can was the last. If not, we'll double back in, grab a couple extra items, and be done. And I gotta look into some show tunes for the road. Maybe there's a magical cassette player. If cassettes are a thing, because I think records are a thing. Because I know in my previous playthrough there was a movie recorder. Won't tell you what kind of movies I was finding, but some of them were questionable. Apparently there's a sixth sense of humor. But anyways, going forward, trash can for here was out the back. Let's go check that first, and then grab the lectern, then double back. Looks like that one was not updated, so let's double back, grab the lectern and switch. And just because I think I'm going to run out of space, let's grab an extra shulker chest. Or two. Either one could work. I could probably color those up here in a bit. But we'll call it something like a rucksack or burlap. It's just additional stuff I carry around to justify putting even more things in my pockets. I'm not a hoarder. You can't prove anything. Look at it. No. It just needs to come down. It's going in. No. You know what? Maybe coming this pathway might not be the best idea. I think we need to find alternative means to get back to North Town from Ash Town, because no. town. I don't know if I remember that building there. I think that's actually brand new, so I guess things are happening out here again. And maybe we'll find out about it a little bit later on, but as for now, let's at least just get back in, finish up our looting. Then we can go back and finish up. Ah, parkour! I am amazing. Parkour. Oh, 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 ah! Parkour. Alright. Rest of those trash cans back in here again. I guess it's just gonna be the alley for trash. I'm sure if it doesn't get cleaned slowly but surely from like this area over to there, you see trash piles build. Not giving any ideas here or anything, Godman, but you know you want to do that just as much as we would want to see it. Seriously though, who is throwing away wither roses? Used to have to go on adventures for those kinds of things. Don't need anything else from that. Try this trash. I already have one. Maybe I got a riptide one. But even then, I can't swim, so what would I do with it? You know, I have my questions, like why these types of things are in here, but you know, we're just gonna go ahead and move on with our life because we'll be here all day. Always more pizza. Always more oil. I don't think I need either of those now that I look at it. Let's get the trash in there. Definitely prioritize trashing that first. You know, I thought it was going to be hard to get stuff like this. It appears that all one needs to do is sift through some trash cans, and suddenly you too can be a god. What else we want to throw in here? We'll throw that into the extra burlap. Alright, that should wrap up all for that one. Now we just need to remember where the hell the keystone is. Can't be the best part. Oh, there it is. And man, the beam me up references. I should never make those. Somebody's gonna come after me for it. Alright, let's go out to Wendy's. As you can see, Wendy's runs a trash pile. Anything here is lootable, and the more stuff you throw in here, the bigger this place gets. So, this place is going to cover the entirety of the landmass. All of it. All is going to be just random trash. I will single-handedly make sure that that becomes a future. Am I promoting pollution and dropping waste? Absolutely not. Selling your stuff to somebody else who would do it, however, that's not my problem. But in all fairness, viewers, do not litter. We've got enough things to clean up in the world right now, and trash does not need to be another one. Oh, zombie heads, though. Lovely. Get all kinds of magical stuff in here. Ooh, we want to loot up some hoppers while we're here. And they had stuff in them. Oh god, no, not stuff. Thought that was a netherite block for a second, I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll come back for pistons. Alright, I'm detouring too far. For now, this is Wendy. We will be seeing her often. She also has Natalie surfaces, but we're not going to talk about it. For now, we're going to fill this chest of shit. So, with that in mind, we will grab the trash run. Pop that there. Let's get this extra sack for stuff. Make sure I throw all of the extra things in here, so I can make sure I have the most amount of inventory space. And slowly but surely. Alright, we push that button. Thank you for your opinions. And suddenly we are... Can I help you? It appears not. But suddenly we are a little bit richer now. We'll go ahead and clean that one up. And then we may come back here and do this a couple more times later on. But for now... Would you like to come state your opinions? Hold on a moment. And I now have one dog here to voice their opinion. Wait, what are you doing? Crazy lady. Fine. Goodbye. seems like convenient timing. I gotta go get this stuff finished up. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that in here. That's the pockets. Put the burlap here. Let's go ahead and throw these emeralds in the coin purse. There we go. A little bit richer now. Alright. Let's get us back to Torch Meadows. And once again, another gloriously long run where I cannot speed it up much of any. Well, I could use that one speed 2 potion, but I'd like to save it for the moment. We could use it later. As the professor once said, there's a time and a place for everything, but not here or right now. Don't use that. Alrighty, back into our room. Alrighty, everybody. Now, whether you were watching now or later, I hope you enjoyed. Don't have any cool outros quite yet. We're going to be working on that sometime in the future. But, in terms of it, got a lot of stuff done. Hope you guys enjoyed observing and following along. We'll get you guys around again. We have our CC live stream that will be starting up, I believe that is 2 days from now. We'll make sure to properly link everybody who will be participating in it as the time arises, with all the proper links to both Twitch and to YouTube objectively. Here's to hoping that I remember to do that. If not, we're all going to look like an idiot together. Anyways, that'll wrap everything up. So, hope to see you guys again soon. And with that, have a good day.